Okay, today we're working with fraction, division, and story problems. The homework tonight is going to be simple story problems, and they're all division based. When you're reading through story problems, you have to understand that the question being asked is it a add, subtract, multiply, or divide issue. One of the things to do is to, as you read through, is highlight some words. It's a division problem when it's going to ask for one or each. There's another key word to look at. Might also have the word per, like miles per hour, for instance. When you see those, that's usually a good indicator it's going to be a division problem. Here's an example. Harry has 300 pieces of chalk with the same amount in each box. There are 20 boxes. How many pieces of chalk are in each, here we go, here's that word, each box. So that's what we have to be aware of and make sure that we're looking at that and understanding, well, this is a division problem because it's looking for amount of something in each box. So that problem simply comes out to this. That would be 300 divided by 20. Here's another example. Carolyn wants to buy 1 pound of grapes. The price is 3.5 pounds for $1.05. How much will, there we go, there's that magic word here, 1 pound cost. So we need to figure out what is 1 pound going to cost her, and how are we going to set this math problem up accordingly? That's where most of us will struggle. So, many people will go ahead and write it this way. Well, that's 3.5.
Just a reminder, teachers, today is day 20, so make
Hold
sure
on.
you fill out your...
Most of us will write 3.5 divided by the $1.05. Well, that's not quite right. What we need to do is a $1.05 divided by 3.5. And to continue the problem, this is simply 105 over 1. And we would convert this fraction. This would be 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7 halves. And so our problem, I'm running out of room here, I apologize. The problem would end up being, and let me erase this top part here real fast, make a little bit of room. The problem would end up being then $1.05 over 1, multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1, 0, add 1, so $2.10 over 7, and we would divide that by 7. So each pound is going to cost approximately 30 cents. So it's simple enough when you stop and take a look at the question and realize that the output of the question is going to help you understand if your answer is reasonable. Is it reasonable that 1 pound is going to cost 30 cents? Well, yeah, it is reasonable if 3.5 pounds cost $1.05. So we'll take a look at one more. A half ton of coal costs $20.40. How much does it cost per ton? Again, the biggest problem people will run into is they see the number, well, that's certainly going to be 1/2 then divided by 20.40. That's not true. What do we have and how are we dividing it? We have a $20.40 and we want to know the cost per ton. And so if you take a look at it that way, we have this word per here, okay, and we have this, we want to know our cost per ton. So we can write that as a fraction and say our cost per ton. And every fraction is a division problem, so that tells us, oh, my cost is $20.40. I'm going to divide by half. Or I could do 20/40 over 1/2 if I wanted to do that, but it ends up being the same thing. We'd end up writing it this long way. So just not to confuse too many people, we'll just leave it here. And then we would simply calculate our problem out, make this a fraction, and then we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which would be 20/40 over 1 times 2 over 1, which equals 40/80 over 1. So a whole ton is going to cost $40.80. Let's take a look at just a couple more examples. In this first example, Harry has $22 in nickels. How many nickels does he have? Well, this is looking for, in this problem, how many numbers are inside of another number, or part of a number inside of another number. This way we look at, if we know we have $22, we can take our $22, and the question is, how many nickels do I have? So I have to divide that by nickels, and we should know at this point in time that a nickel is 5 cents. And so we'd set up our problem this way, and then create our fractions and go ahead and divide from there. The second problem asks, each load of wash requires a half ounce of liquid soap. The bottle has 64 ounces of soap. How many washer loads does a full bottle have? So again, this one, I would take my 64, and I would want to divide by half to see how many half loads are in the entire bottle. So they can work the problem out, and hopefully this helps for the homework tonight. If it does not, they can always go to www. I'm going to run out of room, Khan Academy, Khan Academy.com, and watch some of their videos. Hopefully this helps.